Alright, welcome back. Inside of our little trip through the dungeons of Portsmouth, it turns out one of our characters managed to uncover a pair of boots of speed. I immediately gave that to our frontline warrior, because hopefully it'll give our entire party a bit more of a chance to be able to react properly to any sort of really fast monsters or bosses. One thing, however, if you do double dip into the little magic pools that they have around the game, make sure that you cast or you remove any sort of statistic boosting equipment before you use the pools, because if the effects of your combined equipment and the pools all together on you boost you above 30, the pools will have less or no effect at all. So make sure that you strip your characters down before having them take a dip. Anyways. So I was looking for where Castle Dragadune might be on the map, and meanwhile the map I have is kind of a little faded around the corners. I have noticed a bit of an outline of the castle to our northwest. Now, we've already been to almost all, to all the other castles inside the game except for the Castle Doom, and that's to our northwest on Mount Doom, because it's clearly marked there. However, the Hollow Hills is kind of a dilapidated castle lurking inside the shadows of the Hollow Hills, inside of Area E1. I can't read the markers above it, but it seems to be the only other place to go, so you're going to fly out to Area E1. Now, there is a ton of desert, and as well, this is also where you will find the City of Dusk inside the Hollow Hills, but presumably from the image, Castle Dragadune was on the northeastern side, so we are just going to be searching around the overworld for that. I don't recommend exploring to our southwest too much, because as you see on the map, they have one of the 4 great beasts clearly marked out there, and it would be the Scorpion. And all the other great beasts have pretty much mauled us, so if you can, stay away. There also appears to be a small ring of mountains directly to our southwest. I'm not sure if there's anything of importance out there, but for right now, I'm going to avoid heading out to our southwest because, like I said, the Great Beast is out there, and I really don't want to tangle with one of those right now. A blue dragon. That's the reason why you cast protection from elements before you get into a fight like that. You can never tell a blue and a green dragon. You never can tell whenever you're going to need a variety of resistances. Cast another sword spell to get rid of the riffraff. I don't want those dragons in the back row because chances are pretty good they can breathe fire, or electricity, or acid, or whatever. Down the blue dragon goes. That figures. And down he goes. Pretty good amount of experience. Not as much as the red dragons, but still. A decent amount of golden gems, and just gets an item. What do you get? You got a explosion +1. Blah. Doing pretty good health-wise. Now top Sonya's up real quick. Because whenever you encounter dragons as a standard random encounter, you know. Let's see, Castle Dragadune. Somewhere around here, I think. Oh, no, I'm on the southwestern edge. It was on the northeastern edge. And it should be to our south. Is this it? Aha! Ruins of Castle Dragadune. Enter? Yes. And we have found it. And it's dark. You see fangs slavering in the darkness. No. No grooves in this game. Beneath you? Okay, that kind of set me off real quick. I'm going to cast protection from psychic energy just in case. Check my protections. The only thing yeah, we're about as good as we can get it. keep on going. So are they saying beneath you, or are they crunching that out? Short excursion. Oh, that's Castle Dragadune. Let's leave. Nah. Let's test the walls real quick first. So strange. We might need to cast a teleportation spell or something. Ah, I see. So whenever there's a bonus crunch, that means it's probably a hidden passageway. Alright. Let's check the end of this hallway out. Okay. Let's test my theory out, see if it works. Not that way. Yes, but that way. Haha. Alright. Tried to throw us for a bit of a loop there. Remember to keep the light spell running, and I'll probably need to cast it twice, because I don't like to recast it so much. I don't think we're going to find a king in here either, so no locks here. That's nice to have a door finally, for once, not lock on us again. And have it be locked the other way as well. I wonder about Sage sometimes. He opens up the door and then he locks behind himself, maybe? Whatever. And I think that's the highest amount of damage I've ever seen Laches hit before. And we're gonna sword the rest of them. So I'm not so certain. I'm not so certain how effective magic will be on the Rakshasa. Rakshasa. Wow. This game's giving my tongue a workout. Yeah. They're traditionally magic resistant. Is that gonna stop you from holding their magic resistance with even more magic? No. I just want to bring them to the front line because I'd rather have them up front, not casting spells. Or at least be less likely to cast spells. They're just running away. Come on, I haven't pushed for magic up. Whatever. I'm trying to let Rakshasas exist too long, or at least in the back row or whatever, because if they're in the back row, they're more likely to cast spells, and as you just saw, they can cast Fireball and they can cast it very often. And unlike us to them, they can cast it on our front ranks and our back ranks. What fun! Here, Ragel real quick, because they took a bit of a pounding. Just like to keep our party a little topped up on health. I probably shouldn't even be doing that. I should just probably wait until they're a bit more weak and then just cast Divine Intervention, but whatever. I be me. I think that's an answer to one of the quizzes. One of the questions is who be ye, and the question is, and the answer you reply back is I be me. But if you needed, you know, chances are if you couldn't figure that out, I'm not sure if they give you a multiple choice answer, you have to type it in exactly. If you have to type it in exactly, then, well, alright, there you go, you needed that, and there you go. Because if you probably typed in or if you probably typed in just me, the game would probably be like, no, shut up, you lose. And we'll just sword them all, because I don't like Deadly Spores, and I like Locust Plagues even less.